So one thing we all genuinely love is whenever the leftover royals are outside for public engagements and they're either booed or they're heckled or they're confronted. Like whenever chaos, happen, it's very satisfying. It's very, very satisfying. There are people who are so brave to confront these people, to ask them questions like, why is this? Why did you let this happen? Those people really deserve crowns because they are the real deal. So Charles was outside for a royal engagement. How that is even possible in light of everything that's happening with the scandal, with the Andrew scandal, is bizarre to me. This man has not put out a word in light of everything that's happening. The UK media is literally disabling comments, turning off comments. And you know where they're getting the orders from. You know who's making that phone call to protect his brother. They all are complicit in everything. So Charles was outside for a royal engagement and someone else decided to do us a huge justice. Like, have a look.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew's Charles? What do you think? Should the MPs be allowed to debate the royals in the House of Commons?
You know what's more hilarious? In light of this video, there's also that person, that woman, the boot-licking twat who is going viral. That this woman, literally, this woman does not know Charles. Charles does not know her. Literally, he doesn't even care about her. But she's out there telling people to shut up. Mind you, this person was asking the right questions. This person deserves, such a huge reward for standing up for confronting Charles. And then you have this twat thinking that, it's bullshit to do that. And people like her are the reason why the leftover roles get away with so much. They cover for so much and get away with it because of such bootlicking royalists. Imagine telling someone to shut up when they're asking the right questions. And the way that, Charles is acting like he does not know what's going on. The way Charles is acting like he can't hear is so hilarious. He's acting like he does not know what's going on. And let me tell you something. In light of this, he's going to avoid this public outings because more people are going to confront him. So he's going to go to schools or just keep it on the low until it all dies down. And I saw someone on X mention that if it does not blow out, that if this scandal does not does not die down, best believe Charles will put out this a leak or whatever, claiming a lie, saying that he invited Harry and Meghan for Christmas to deflect from everything. And honestly, that is so true. So this boot-licking twat is literally trending. People are like, I'm not one to go for people's looks, honestly I don't, but for a lot of people on the internet, it's like, what is wrong with this woman? People are literally shredding her to pieces. Instead of being mad that this man that you guys pay millions of pounds for doing what is out here covering for his brother's disgusting, deeds that he's done, you're actually telling people to shut up. Where is the fury? Why are you not pissed? You know very well they are complicit. The leftover roles are, all of them. William, Carl Miller, Kate, and even his own brother Charles are very complicit in everything, covering up. They've known for a very long time who Andrew is and every allegations, or everything he's done. They've never said, I've not even put out a word for the victims. So shout out to this citizen. The public is furious. They're very furious. And if the royals had a tiny bit of brain cells, they will start listening to them because people are not happy. They've tried to use Harry and Meghan to kind of deflect from everything, and it's not working. It's not dying down. So yeah, that is Charles. It might have been one person, but let me tell you, the internet says otherwise. Most people may not be in person to confront him or to be upset with whatever is happening with the monarchy and Andrew, but let me tell you, on the internet, on X, on social media, things have taken a turn. People are not happy. People want justice. People are out for blood. People want the leftover roles to be held accountable for the numerous things that have covered up. And they've gotten away with so many things. Then you have these twats thinking that she is so important, that Charles is going to remember her. Charles does not know about you, woman. Charles does not care about you. In fact, the minute he just stand and walked away, you're like, I don't... The way these people like bootlicking these leftover rolls is so hilarious. As if they care. Look at the state they're in because of the leftover rolls. But no, somehow it's so important for this person to shake Charles' hand and to Charles being confronted about why he has been covering up for Andrew's, these deeds, these evil deeds that Andrew has been partaking. So this woman is being shredded. The comments are off the chat. And of course, people are just excited that, yeah, proud of this man for doing that. Proud of this man, because a lot of people cannot do it to him in person, but they are doing it on the internet. So people are really applauding this man. So I have some of the comments. You have Miss Kensington says, isn't it time to investigate them all? It appears Charles is no different from Juan Carlos of Spain. The UK press tends to protect those they favor while throwing others under the bus when it's convenient. They seem to forget that this only serves to remind us that the entire system of inherited privilege is fundamentally flawed. The days of noblesse oblige are over. Cynical says, brilliant. The Palace and Windsors want to pretend the issue has been dealt with because Andrew is going to move to a different mansion and promised not to use some of his unearned titles, and everything can go back to business as usual. It cannot. Sarah says, I'm a British citizen and I do not support the British monarchy. I am not a serf. Abolish the latter over them. Knight says, this made my day. Well done, guys. As for we, Safi woman at front, I wouldn't shake Chucky's fat fingers pet as I kiss tampon mistress and Nancy bro. You don't know where they've been. Peter says, time to investigate them all. As we know, Charles was mentored by Mountbatten. Surely what Andrew was doing was just the culture amongst the Windsors. Phyllis says, good questions. Looks like the Royalist lady told Charles someone's asking about Andrew and Charles ended the walk about quick. Alex says, it's the hypocrisy of King Charles that's so insulting to decent people. He has given not a decent word to we are Invictus injured service people, but yet he wears a uniform he did not earn. He thinks but by doing an hour of an LGBT service people's event is enough. Zinzan says, vile, necky royalist, pedo protector front and center. How do they not realize what an awful look it is? James says, the voices of the British people are growing louder. Their own family will be wise to listen. Sally says, well done, that man. We need more of this calling them out. They just get away with ignoring the public. Out says, can you imagine telling a man to shut up when he is asking very valid questions regarding Andrew's allegations? If this was a random person doing what Andrew did, there will be a lot less defending and more investigating. Very true. SK says, the walkabouts will be tricky from now on. King Charles gets heckled on today's engagement. How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? Sounds like a valid question to me. Paula says, finally someone with the courage to ask what millions have been shouting for years. That question took more guts than anything coming out of the palace lately. Bravo to whoever dared to speak truth to a king who spent his reign hiding behind silence and scandal. Terry says he knows all about it. They all did and they covered for him. And we shouldn't be surprised. Probably learned it from Mountbatten himself. Got a few skeletons in the closet there. Essie says, the poor working class furious at Charlie being asked legitimate questions, aggressively jumping to the defense of the billionaire tough who wouldn't give her the scraps from his dog's bowels. Why are people so desperate to bow and scrape? The gross subservience is insane. Carson says, hope Brits will keep up the pressure. The royals have gotten away with far too many cover-ups. Reggie says, that blonde lady was triggered and turning red. Indeed she was. Tracy says, wow, that woman's face screwed up. Deranged royalists at their best. See Charles pretending not to hear the man calling out a valid question. Guy says, look at how angry the woman at the front is. She doesn't know Charles, no connection whatsoever, but adamant to support him. I don't get it. Me too. Cowley says, that old woman was so angry. Stop, because she wants a handshake. That's no. Fox says the real psychophantic bootlickers ain't having it. They think Andrew is a saint. Captain says, check the angry bootlicker getting annoyed. Ellen says, haha, that woman with the venison palm is in the front is effing fuming. Kit says, Mad Mary telling them to shut up. Corinne says, look at the angry red-faced woman in the front. These fools will let him walk all over them. Norinda says, why is that woman screaming? Shut up. It's a reasonable question. Then Saki replies, King Chucky think he can waltz around pretending that this monarchy is not trying to impede on our democracy by interfering in parliament and the rule of law. And Duchess of Success says, brah. I know, brah. Big says, state of this bootlicking twat. Absolutely. So, my loves, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.